And we start. There's still no one watching, but I'm gonna go ahead and start the stream. As you can see, we have a brand new setup. I have a face cam this time, and the visuals are still a bit crummy. I still wanna work on some graphics for the screen itself, some like dividers for the different elements and stuff. But for now, we're just gonna keep working on this drawing that we started on that other website, and I'm just gonna keep working on this koinobori. They are a bit themed. The first one is gonna be Arizona iced tea themed. I love it so much that this stream is sponsored by Arizona iced tea. It's not, but I wouldn't mind. So, and I'm watching the stream feed and I'm just noticing something. The color space for the iPad is a bit broader. So what I see as a nice turquoise teal on my iPad just looks blue on the stream. So this is not gonna get across too well. I guess the iPad works with that P3 color space. It's always gonna look a bit more vibrant, a bit more poppin'. But yeah, maybe I can fix it in post. Maybe I can like do something with the. Maybe it's just my screen. Maybe it's just. Or no, it's not my screen because on the OBS feed it still looks a bit off, but it looks closer to the original. It's just YouTube. YouTube is messing with the colors somehow. I'll look into it later. But just for the record, this one carp is meant to look a lot more turquoise than what it is. And yeah, so let's get on to it. This is the tedious part. This is the reason why I think fish are very pretty when you use them as subjects for an illustration, but they are like fish and reptiles and crocodiles and what have you. They are extremely annoying to draw because they're covered in scales, and scales are just a pain in the butt. Like, yeah, they're just a simple repeating pattern, but you have to like make them all the same size. Like, I'm probably already messing up the proportions of the individual scales here. Also, I need to go over the Arizona logo a little bit more because it's a bit transparent for my taste at the moment. Ideally, you shouldn't be able to see them. In fact, let's first finish the scale pattern. And then we'll go over the logo, make sure that the transparent bits are all covered up in color. There we go. And I hope the cursor for the Apple Pencil is visible on the screen. Right now I'm using quite a small brush size, so maybe it won't be all that visible. But I've been told that the streams get a bit hard to follow if you can't see the cursor. Like, it just looks like stuff is happening and you don't really follow where things are. As usual, like, the lines are gonna be a bit broader and dirtier on the first pass, and then I like to go in with an eraser. Oh my god, thank you for coming, Pion. Thank you for coming to my first YouTube stream. YouTube? What's all this then? Weren't you streaming on Twitch, you Dotty Bogger? Yes, I was streaming on Twitch, but I don't know. I didn't really feel it on Twitch. I think it's not my place. I am now that I have OBS and my webcam, etc. set up. I do plan on like maybe playing video games every now and again, but I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it on Twitch. Also, yes, when I draw, like, I know a lot of people do this, and I think Peon also does this, but when I draw, I just zoom in and spin the canvas around like a spastic, and this is a bit bad because you lose focus of the big picture. In fact, I should probably use some of the new Procreate functions and have the full screen canvas reference on the side here, just to see like on a broader picture what I'm doing to the drawing. But yeah, most people would say that drawing while zoomed in is not really good, but I guess that as long as you go back to the full picture every now and again and just touch it up, it's okay. It's just, as long as you're happy with what you're doing, should be fine. Also, let me have a sip of that tea because my voice is kind of weird. I guess I haven't spoken that much today, and my throat is a bit dry. Let's see. Much better. Oh, you can hear the difference already. I am one of those people that just forgets to drink, and they wake up in the middle of the night wondering why their throat feels like it's made of sandpaper. But hey, it happens. Oh, by the way, did YouTube send out a notification? Did you hit that bell? Are you going to leave a like, a comment, subscribe, hit that bell, and this stream is sponsored by Arizona Iced Tea. I made that joke when there wasn't anyone watching me yet, but basically, also we have this. In case I get hungry, we have these beautiful knockoff Oreos from Lidl. They're pretty good. They just taste just like Oreos. I mean, you can tell they're not genuine, but they're fine. They get the job done. And let's see. So yeah, as I was saying. Fish, very beautiful things to paint, very annoying things to paint, because it's just a lot of detail. Like, especially if you're drawing like a koinobori or something like that, like a very stylized fish. Oh, sorry, because if you're drawing like if you're trying to go for a more realistic painterly fish, you can get away with like faking some of that detail with just textures and heavy brush strokes. But if you're drawing a stylized fish... Oh hey Nacho, welcome to the stream! I hope you enjoy your time here. I hope your expert eye gives me some feedback on the audio levels and Is the chat box? I just realized I set up a chat box on the stream. Yeah, the chat box is working. I guess messages fade away. Anyways, the chat box is just like taking up dead space on the screen. I'm probably gonna change it for something else. Like I would like to figure out how to get the jar set up and start taking tips with the jar. Because of course, this is my first stream and I have like 10 subscribers, so YouTube is not monetizing me yet. But Streamlabs kindly offers the option of setting up your PayPal account to receive donations on stream, and you can set up the Google tip jar. So yeah, I want to look into that, and yeah, it's probably gonna go where the chat box is right now. Honestly, I should have put like anything else there, like a picture or like a little GIF, okay, something. So yeah, besides art, now that my PC is all set up, I'm probably gonna play some Minecraft. Probably gonna do some. Yeah, you see, it's a pretty good rate of acquiring subs. It's almost as if my parents started calling in favors around. It's very suspicious. But whatever. Yeah, like in the future I could do some Blender videos because I'm into that as well. We can do some Blender stuff. I'm not like very good with Blender by any stretch of the imagination. Like, I'm not very good at sculpting. I'm not very good at modeling. I would say I'm bad at sculpting and I'm decent at modeling. What I'm really enthusiastic about is procedural materials. Just making things look nice. Just making a cube look like a nice loaf of bread. I'm not. You're just being nice. Like, I will extend the time the chat box stays on screen. Can I change that? Because yeah, I think it's like really weird how the messages just. Can I do this live? Properties. Chatter. Visual settings. Oh, always show messages. There you go. Okay, now if the editing works live, the messages should just stay on the chat box. I didn't even notice that option. I set up all of this very hastily. I even started streaming like 20 minutes later than when I was expecting to because I was in the shower. But yeah. But yeah, all this stuff I've done on Blender so far has been pretty simple. Mostly just... Here's the thing about Blender, right? You can do very simple geometry, but if you play your cards right, you can make it look amazing with complex shaders. And the nice thing about Blender shaders is that if you manage to make them procedural, then you can like scale the object, deform it, everything, and the shader will just adapt to whatever you throw at it. And you can even change details on the fly. Like for example, for those that have seen my Instagram, the eyeballs piece I've done there. The eyeballs all have different iris colors, and that's just a single shader that gives a different color randomly to every object. It's tricky to explain. Like, objects have properties on Blender, and one of them is just like object ID, which means this object, when it's created, it's assigned a random number, and you can like randomize colors based on that object ID, which means that you can have a big selection of objects with all the same shader, and they can all have different colors, or you can get creative with like these properties and like have slightly different textures. Or if now that geometry nodes are out, you can randomize the size, the rotation of the object. You can stretch them out. I mean, at the end of the day, for Blender, stretching a thing out and randomizing the size is pretty much the same thing. But yeah, I really need to take a look at the latest Blender update, because since 2.93 came out, I haven't touched it, and I've been watching videos of people showcasing what the geometry nodes can do, and it's really nice. Like, one of the easiest applications I've seen is that you can make particle systems, which basically means you can scatter a random number of the same object on top of a different object. And one problem you had with particle systems before in Blender was that, let's say that you make the donut tutorial, the famous Blender donut tutorial, and when you go to add the sprinkles on top of the donut, the sprinkles will be intersecting each other, which, as you may know, is something that physical matter cannot do in this universe. Matter cannot intersect each other. That's bad. That doesn't happen. But now that you have geometry nodes, you can make like sort of like a particle system and tell the particles, look, scatter on top of the surface of this object, but do not put a particle at less than this distance from any other particle. So you can make them not touch each other. You can make them touch each other a little bit. It's very versatile. It's really good, and I'm really happy that they went ahead with such a big change for Blender. Let's see, let's tweak this one that I just added in as a placeholder. The tail of the koinobori is gonna look a bit funky, but I mean it's stylized, and by stylized I mean you can look however the heck I want it to look because I'm drawing it. So yeah, as you may notice, I'm running the music through my computer speakers, which I know is not ideal, but don't like wearing headphones. For what brushes am I using? I'm using the Sweet Treats pack, you know, the one they gave for free at the beginning of the pandemic. I'm using the Cookies brush because I noticed that it's got some transparency to it, like it's got some like ink bleeding. Yeah, that's a thing that matter doesn't like to do. Two atoms don't like to occupy the same space in general. But yeah, this brush is very like splotchy and inky, and it gives a very wood print effect. I like it. And for the filling, for the coloring, I'm using one of the default Blender brushes. I'm using the wet sponge in the water category. It's kind of like a chunky watercolor, like a not very diluted watercolor, and it has like some color drag, so if I run into, yeah, see how it mixes a little bit? It's nice. OBS has a feature to play music from a playlist on stream and let people suggest vote for songs. I should probably work on setting that up for next time. For this time, what I did is I found a nice playlist of copyright-free music, and I just slapped an MP3 together very quickly, and I have VLC in the background just plugging away at it. So yeah, now what I'm doing is I'm just going over the Arizona logo to increase the opacity a little bit. This is one of the disadvantages on working on a white background. Whenever you go over with color, especially if it's a more textured brush or like a watercolor thing, those brushes usually don't have a lot of opacity. Yeah, Twitch, that's another reason why I don't want to be on Twitch. Like, do you see what happened with BlizzCon? That Metallica was on Twitch, like at BlizzCon, playing on the opening day, and they got muted on Twitch, like on the official Blizzard stream, and it's like, guys, this is getting a bit silly now. Like, this is an event that Blizzard is backing. I think they can afford the license to a couple Metallica songs. Yeah. But yeah, as I was saying, like when you're working on a white background, usually you don't notice that the thing you're drawing doesn't have full opacity, and things like this happen. So right now I'm gonna keep the white, but I always recommend like changing the background color to something else. See, now I should have thought about this before, because now the color here and the color here are different shades. This one over here is a lot darker than this one, because this one is not on full opacity. But we'll fix it in post. Yeah, I started this drawing on the last Twitch stream. I didn't get very far. I streamed for about 2 hours, and most of that was looking for reference pictures. It wasn't a request for anyone, but I was asking Yuta what to draw, and she suggested to draw koi fish. And in hindsight, I probably should have gone with koi fish instead of koinobori, because as I was mentioning before, if you're drawing real fish, it's easier to like fake some of the detail. And also, like, koinobori are completely out of season. Like, when is Children's Day in Japan? Let me just Google that real quick. It's in May, so yeah, we're about 2 months off from Children's Day. It's the 5th of May. Yeah, I did kind of remember that it was May because Japan has like this thing where all their state holidays are on odd months, and they all are on the same day as the month number. So for example, Children's Day is on the 5th of May. After that you have Tanabata, that is on the 7th of July. Then I bet my ass there's something on the 9th of September. And they're all like that for some reason. Like, I understand it's convenient, but it's also a bit like extreme. Am I using the right? Yes. Yeah, it's. I don't remember where I found this out. I think it was just like randomly reading stuff on Wikipedia. Let's see, just for curiosity's sake. It's in Japan. September 9th. Yeah, September 9th is Chrysanthemum Day. So yeah, they have this thing where they like to make state holidays on odd months and on the same day as the month number. Does anyone? I plan on having. I don't know. I was thinking originally 3 koinobori, but I'm not sure if I can fit a third one on the canvas. But I take suggestions for the theme for the second one. Um, I wanted the second one to have like a funnier facial expression, like maybe make it angry or something. And also, I just remembered that I wanted to change something. I want to change like this cross on the eyes. I did it at the beginning just to add some detail to the eyes, but I'm not really feeling it anymore. I'm gonna paint over it. And because these brushes dilute the color a little bit, there is still going to be some of that reddish hue under the orange on those spots, but it's not gonna be like crosshair eyes anymore. There we go. Yeah, that's much better. So yeah. Whoops. And oops, some whoopsie. Yeah, that happens sometimes with an iPad. I bet it happens like with Cintiq as well. Well, no, I think it can't happen with Cintiq because you have the digitizer pen in that case, and that only works with the Cintiq. But with an iPad, sometimes you'll be drawing and just smudge your finger across the canvas and leave a mark, and you're like, ah, heck, you have to go and fix it by hand now. But yeah, back to the logo. I like these music playlists because it kind of sounds like Sega Genesis music. That's another thing I want to use this channel for. I want to play a bunch of Sega Genesis games. Because I always wanted to do that idea of just diving into just a bunch of random games, just like making a random number generator and using it to pick which game I play next. But yeah, one thing the Sega Genesis is famous for is because the music is very hit and miss. Like on one hand you have like the Sonic games and they all sound amazing, but the sound chip for the Sega Genesis was very good, but very difficult to use. So if you wanted to get good music on your game, you need a good musician that knows what they're doing with the sound chip. Some people still use the Sega Genesis sound chip nowadays to make game music, like the Etrian Odyssey games. Lately they all have orchestral soundtracks, but originally the DS ones, they all had music made with the Sega Yamaha sound chip. And usually in the newer ones you can still get like DLCs to have Yamaha sound chip music, which I think is more charming. Like it really, like, the games are much more enjoyable to play with the sound chip music. Also, the Arizona logo here, I didn't really bother to trace it. I just eyeballed it from a picture. I bet it's... yeah, it's not even the same one on my bottle. It's just like the one I found on Google that I like the most. But yeah, I'm gonna work on this drawing today, and probably the next couple art streams will actually be just making graphics for the channel and the stream, making everything look a little bit neater, making making nice dividers for every element on the stream, and yeah, just giving the channel a bit more personality. I think, at least for now, I'm gonna keep going with the CRT theme I have going here. Like, for example, this CRT theme, I mean, when the stream refreshes, you'll be able to see it. And yeah, I really like the way that looks, the scan lines, the warping at the edges of the screen, the faded colors because of the way the CRT is not backlit and stuff like that. Oh, you saw the thing I'm using there to put my iPad on the screen. I didn't want to buy an Elgato just yet, so instead I bought an app by Elgato called ScreenLink, and it just lets you cast any iOS device straight to your computer. It normally just lets you, if you just have the app for free, it lets you cast for 15 minutes. But for the low price of $9.99, you can cast for as long as you want. And it goes up to 4K. So that's also good. Let's see, let's play with the layer order here a little bit. I think that's gonna be better, but still I'm gonna go through the line work a little bit and fix it, because I know I said this was supposed to be rough, but it's a little bit too rough for my taste. Especially this A, what happened there? I must have like slipped my hand with the eraser there for a moment. There we go. Hey, nice to see you on stream. How's everything doing? How English is hard. It's been a long day. But yeah, how's it going? Nice to see you come to say hello. Oh, that's fine, don't worry about it. I know how the freelance life can be, just working whenever. Don't worry about it. I'm really happy that you managed to like pop in, and even if you can't stay for the whole thing, I'll be happy. Oh, I see what's happening here. But yeah, we are building an audience very slowly. We have 7 people watching at the moment, which I'll have you know is about twice as many as I ever had on Twitch. So this is already a marked improvement over my Twitch career. My very short-lived Twitch career. But yeah, let's get back to those scales. Let's see. Am I using the... I'm using the wrong brush. Of course I am. Back to the cookies brush. And let's see. Would be cool, like, naturally, if you're up to it, like streaming Minecraft or something together. The last mod we're waiting on should be out in 3 to 5 days if the mod maker is to be trusted. They're called koinobori, and I can probably get the etymology out in a moment if I pull out my trusty. Oh, geez, sorry. I ate before the stream, so I'm a bit burpy. I hope the mic doesn't pick up anything of that. Koinobori. Let's see. Yeah, it just means carp flag. Not much nuance there. But yeah. As I was saying before, I was suggested by Peon in the audience to draw some koi fish, and I didn't just want to draw straight run-of-the-mill commonplace koi fish, so I just turned it into a fun little koinobori, a little chubby one. Trying to decide where the scales should stop. And you know what? This is probably a good stopping point for them. Maybe like have like one on the underside. Like that. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think I gotta do something about the tail though, because it's looking a bit wonky. Like on the front, like the way this looks, it's like making you think that you're looking at the koinobori from a like 3/4 perspective, like this. Aww. And the tail just looks flat. Looks like perfectly flat, squished shut. So I should probably do some like curve here to like make it look like wind is blowing out the back of the koinobori somehow. Yeah, the butt situation. I hope it's getting better. Like you're like the only thing distracting me from my body's work. You're like, why are we still here? Just to suffer? Every night I can feel my butt. And my butt. Even my butt. The butt I've lost. The comrades I've lost. I mean, you're your butt's owner. You're free to do with your butt as you please. Nobody's gonna judge. Here at Nanashi's Atelier, we don't judge. We embrace all walks of life and, you know. Yeah, but I think that shape is already looking much better. It flows into the back of the koinobori a lot better. And that's funny. While I was looking for a reference for the koinobori, I was looking for models that kind of look like the one I'm drawing, like they're kind of like more cylindrical and chunky. Because I know they exist, because I've seen them before, but all the pictures I could get were like this koinobori, the ones that are like more fish shaped and they're like more bulbous in the center and stuff. Yeah, I can probably, yeah, that looks better. There we go. Maybe what I could do, nah, but it doesn't make sense from like a perspective point of view. So maybe adding some tension lines here. No, that looks just bad. Let's see. Tea time. This stream is sponsored by Arizona Iced Tea. Taste the cultural appropriation. Let's see. Yeah, that tail is gonna give me trouble because I don't like it. Let's see. The Arizona koinobori, I just wanted to, I knew I wanted to draw some koinobori, but I wanted to like put a twist on them, and I didn't know what to do. And then I saw that like this one in the reference picture I'm using, it has like a little oni on it, like a little demon. And I was thinking, what if instead of like demons or like stuff, they just had brand logos? And I have here an Arizona iced tea palette that I sampled myself from a picture of a can of Arizona, and I love to use it because it's like most of my favorite colors are here. In fact, I should probably drag this pink into the palette. Oh, sorry. And in fact, if we go to my gallery, you can tell that I use it like very often. Like this was the first time I used it. I was trying to come up with like creature ideas. Yeah, that's the thing, like Arizona cans look very pretty as decorations, and they make a ton of different ones. Like here you can get the cans, you can only get these plastic bottles which are still very pretty, but they have a more like vintage desaturated look, and the cans have more popping colors. But yeah, this is like a giant roly-poly creature that has eye-shaped markings on its body, and like its legs kind of look like little fangs. And instead of like curling into a ball, when it's threatened, it like curls into like a half ball and starts like doing like what do you call it? Crunches? It starts like flexing on itself to look like it's the head of a bigger monster chomping at the air, like trying to be intimidating. We don't talk about bug snacks. I really like the taste of Arizona, and recently I usually don't like the flavored variants of Arizona iced tea, but recently the supermarket I go to, the one that makes the knockoff Oreos, is bringing like flavored Arizona, but it's not like the normal flavor ones. It's the base normal one with either plum or peach added, and I've tried them both. They're both very good, but the plum one blows the peach one out of the water. The plum one is delicious. They didn't have it this time, they only have the peach one left, so I just bought regular. But yeah, the plum original green tea with honey Arizona is very good. I would say it's the best one they make. And let's see, what was he doing again? Oh yeah, drawing. Let's see on a different layer what can we do to this tail to improve the shape a little bit. Maybe I could just make it flop down a little bit. I love tea with honey, but the first time I tasted it, it does, like, I really like Arizona, but it does feel like it could do with a little bit more concentration of whatever is in this. Yeah, I'm reading the ingredients, and this thing is pretty much 95% water. It's very diluted, but it's nice. I guess it's healthier than drinking Coke. Not by much, but by a margin. But yeah, I think I like the tail curled inwards more. Yeah, and here in the UK, like when I was in Argentina, I used to think that Pepsi tasted like ass. Like I didn't like Pepsi in Argentina. I always drank Coke. Here in the UK, Coke is not bad, but Pepsi is way better than Coke. Like it just tastes perfect, Pepsi here. And I think Pepsi in the UK. Yeah, it must be made in the UK, right? Yeah. I think it's bottled in like Edinburgh or something. I for a second I was like thinking like, is it made in the UK or is it made in Ireland? But no, it's I think the label says it's bottled in Edinburgh. Oh, it changed it in Argentina. Maybe they just changed the formula or something. The bad thing about sugary drinks here in the UK is that there's a sugar tax. So anything that contains as any small amount of sugar costs about twice as much than it should. And that's the reason why I buy fake Oreos, because this package costs like less than half what a package of normal Oreos costs. And they're probably like reducing sugar or something. Maybe. 65 grams of 37 grams of sugar per 100 grams of cookies. So they're not really reducing sugar, but we like them. Oh, another thing, I couldn't get a desk lamp in time. Like ideally I want to get like a light that I can clip to the PC screen, but right now the face cam looks a bit wonky because I'm lit from the back. All the lights in my room are behind my back when I'm sitting at the computer, so the lighting is not ideal. I cranked up the saturation a little bit, but yeah, it could look better. I'll work on that as well. Yeah, I think I like this shape for the tail a bit more, with the top fin being like more slender and the bottom one being a bit chunkier and fatter. Makes it look a bit more interesting. I'm working on it. I want those videos off the damn internet. We can be evicted if people see them. I'm working on it. I am doing commissions. I don't have a pricing chart up yet. That should probably be the very next thing that I do. For commissions, I'm not really taking commissions for human characters. For now, I'm just taking for Animal Crossing characters, whichever one you want. I can even make custom Animal Crossing characters. I'm taking commissions for icons. I can draw icons for your Twitter profile picture, for what have you. What I'm not really taking for now is commissions for human characters, because I don't feel confident putting those out yet. Like, I think you've all seen like this. This is the last time I drew a human, a finished piece. And overall, I am happy with this, but I wouldn't charge people for this yet. Like, give it a couple more, like, maybe if I do a couple months of actual, like, figure drawing and, like, gesture drawing and, like, training myself on drawing actual people, I'll open commissions for human characters. For now, let's keep it like this. This is one of the pieces I'm the most happy about. I love the colors I picked here. I love the shading, how it came out on the characters. If I had to pick, like, so far since I started using Procreate, which piece is the best one, I would say it's this one. It's even my it's been my phone's wallpaper ever since I made it. I just like it a lot. But yeah. Where was I? Oh yeah, the tail. We're just erasing the old one, getting the new one in place. And let's see, let's add back that white outline here. There we go. Oh, right, we're on a different layer. Let's merge them. Pinch. And let's get rid of this whole placeholder. How are we doing on battery? Poof, plenty. This one needs to be... Actually, you know what? I'll make it like... Yeah, like this. And... But yeah, what does chat think? What would be a fair price for those kind of commissions? Hmm. There we go, that's as good as I'm gonna get it. I better stop trying now because I'm gonna be doing this all night. Let's just clean up the lines a little bit. There we go. But yeah, let's see, let's keep working on the main color. Let's go back to the wet sponge brush and fill in. Actually, we can just go with like a big stroke and just fill most of these in. Oh wow, I'm a dummy. See, fill it in, but a bit less enthusiastically. Let's just be a bit more measured in our approach. we go. Now we go with a smaller brush size and do all the edges. And that's where that white outline around the Arizona logo comes in handy, because it's helping like separate the logo from all the detail that's going to be under it, making it pop even if the underlying thing is going to be a bit busy, visually speaking. Here I'm probably gonna get a bit quieter because I'm just going through the motions. Like, it's nothing exciting, I'm just filling up the color, trying to not drain in any previously added detail. Because I always do the same thing, right? I start painting and before the first coat of color is done, I already want to see what the detail is gonna look like. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do like a little bit of detail now just to see how it looks, and then I'll continue doing the base. So then I literally paint myself into a corner, and I have to work around the things I already made, and it's just like making things more difficult for myself. I'm just impatient. But yeah, now we got a nice base coat of color with some texture thrown into it. Why is the canvas not rotating? There we go. And that is the main reason why we're using this wet sponge brush, because we just want to like the thing to have, even if it's one solid color, it's gonna have some texture. So yeah, now we are cleaning up around the edges here. There we go. And now for the details. We pick the darker teal color, and every scale has a darker core at the center. Then a dark rim. And under that rim, a second white rim. There we go. And maybe make the white one a little bit thicker, because it looks like on the scales that I did a couple days ago, they were thicker, the white rims. There we go. We can always go back with the lighter teal color and adjust them a little bit, just whittle them away. And then again with the cookies brush, with a more inky brush, we go in and we make these little marks here. They make me think like they kind of look like watermelon seeds. Like this is a watermelon slice and those are the seeds. Yeah, slowly but surely. Oh, wrong brush, wrong brush. Brown bricks. We're gonna get through all these scales. So chat, have you been watching any anime recently? Any new ones? Any old ones? Me personally, I've been only watching for new anime. I've been a lot into Dr. Stone. I think it's a very good show. A very good show that actually teaches you stuff as you watch it. All the science behind the show is actually real hard science that you can like apply to the real world. And I was watching and I was enjoying Log Horizon, but the last episode was very weak. The last episode was very confusing and very sloppily put together. I didn't like it. And besides that, I've just been watching a bunch of Sailor Moon again because I've fallen in love with the art style of Sailor Moon and I want to learn how to draw like that. But it's not easy. Though those ladies, those girls knew what they were doing when they were making Sailor Moon. Pretty cute, huh? This is for you. I can keep this? Pretty cute, huh? Ugh. That's my best impression of Umagi Tsukino. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, follow Two Snacks on YouTube. I think they're on YouTube they're known as Too Many Snacks, but they do some amazing like cute little animations. And they did some where they basically took clips from Sailor Moon and drew by hand half of it, changing Usagi into like a horse girl, and it's amazing how well integrated the footage is. Like it doesn't look out of place at all. Like if I had never seen Sailor Moon before and you show me that clip and telling me this is an anime show that aired in the 90s, the protagonist is actually a horse girl, I would be like, yeah, that looks cool. But yeah, I'm gonna go through all the scales one by one. don't really mind if they're sloppy because that's kind of the look I'm going for, like with the inky, splotchy outlines and the bleeding watercolor thing. I'm not going for like neatness. I'm just going for a fun, colorful, popping design. Yeah, it's extremely funny. And the funniest thing is, Tusnex has done, I believe, 4 Umagi Tsukino animations, and 3 of those clips, they're all from the first episode of Sailor Moon, so you can just go watch the first episode and get all the jokes immediately. Like, the thing I'm noticing rewatching Sailor Moon is like when I was a kid back in Italy, I used to watch Sailor Moon with like my sister or just when it was on TV and stuff. And I remember nothing of it. Like, I'm surprised how little of that show I actually remember. Half of the shit that's happening, like, I'm like, what? Like, I don't want to say anything because I don't know how much people remember Sailor Moon off the top of their heads. But yeah. Oop, no, come back. By the way, I believe that Pion mentioned to me off stream that she was gonna be drawing while she watched my stream. So everyone go on Instagram and follow at pion.pudding. I believe it's the Instagram tag. Follow Pion Pudding, and also I encourage you all. No, it's Yura period Pion. Everyone follow Yura Pion. And I encourage you all, while you watch my stream, to also draw yourselves, because especially in these trying Backstreet Boys reunion tour times, drawing is a very beneficial activity, and a lot of people don't think they're able to draw, but you'd be surprised, like, if you put your heart to it, how talented people can be without even realizing they are. You just need to try. Yeah, that's another thing, like, also because of these trying Backstreet Boys reunion tour times, it's very difficult to like get together the motivation for, oh, you're welcome, Pion, to like do something like, but I don't know, like I haven't been drawing for like a couple weeks either. Like after I did my first couple of streams on Twitch, I kind of lost motivations for a solid 2 weeks, and I didn't draw for that whole time. And looking back to it, I really regret it. Like, ideally, I should be drawing every day. But you know, in things like this, is not just like you can't just turn it on and off. Like, yeah, you need to want to draw, but you also need to be in like the right headspace. And if you're not feeling it, like, there's no point. It's like sitting on the toilet and pushing for a solid hour and nothing comes out. It's like, that's just a waste of time. And you knew it was gonna be a waste of time, because people can tell when poop is ready and it isn't. But still, you were hoping for it. A for effort, but should have known better. You could have hurt yourself. That's also a very real possibility. What? It's a very adequate metaphor for that fleeting moment of inspiration. Unchi! Oh yeah, by the way, guys, another amazing anime that Pion recommended to me. And I'm surprised because before she said anything about it, I have never, ever, ever in my whole life heard of this anime. And it came out in 2007, I think it was. 2007 or 2009, one of those. And it's the only directorial role for one of the key animators of, well, it was like a key animator that worked on a bunch of Gainax projects. Like, he worked on Evangelion, the main show. He worked on End of Evangelion. He worked on I think he did some like key animation on Fully Cooley. Then he went ahead and worked on the Digimon movie. He was a key animator on our war game, the Digimon movie. He worked on Raxiphon, which is like, how can people that worked on Evangelion, like, how can you work on Evangelion twice? That's a big coincidence. And he made this anime called Deno Coil, which, as I was watching it a couple weeks prior, I had rewatched Summer Wars and realized that Summer Wars gets a bit too lost on the like, Summer Wars doesn't know what kind of movie it wants to be. It doesn't make up its goddamn mind of what movie it is, because it wants to be the Digimon movie again, and also it wants to be a slice of life family drama, and it doesn't make up its goddamn mind of which one it is. Deno Coil instead is like a middle ground between those two. It has like Digimon movie fantasy internet elements in it, and family drama, interpersonal relationships, hedgehog dilemma things in it. it's almost like as if the director guy was pouring into this anime everything that he absorbed in his anime career, working on like big profile things like Evangelion and Digimon and Fully Cooley, all that kind of stuff. And besides that, it's one of those shows where the animation quality stays consistent throughout the whole thing. Like you never see a dip in the animation. And it's got a bunch of like very nice special effects and stuff, and there's CG, but it doesn't look very good because it's like back in 2007. CG in anime still wasn't really there, but I think it's justified. I think considering the in-world explanation of why those things are CG, I think it's justified that they look a bit crappy. They don't look bad, it's just they are a bit jarring when compared to everything else. And that's usually like the biggest problem about CG, right? It doesn't really look bad per se, it's just jarring with the rest of the animation. I'm noticing now that I'm doing all these, like, first I am myself sliding out of frame, and second I'm doing a bunch of hand gestures and my hands are out of frame, so it doesn't really register. Oh, that's not the right color. There we go. But yeah, and I just looked back at the drawing and realized we've only done 2 rows of scales. I'm quickly regretting my life choices. I'm gonna open this is secretly, I started this YouTube channel under the pretenses of playing video games and drawing, but it's actually secretly a food review channel, and I'm gonna review these Neo cookies and cream biscuit sandwiches, because even though they even have the same pattern on top of the cookie, they are not legally allowed to say that these are Oreos, even though they could be nothing but Oreos. The packaging is even the same color. And let's see if they're still good. I haven't had them in a year or something. Let's see. So they come in these tiny like lunchbox packages, I guess. I like that. Like, if I was a kid and I opened my lunchbox at school and I had one of these inside, I would be happy. And they look a bit smaller than Oreos. I don't know, like, do I have anything for size? Oh, have a Sharpie here. So yeah, they look slightly smaller than an Oreo, but they smell more chocolatey than Oreos. And they're also like, Oreos are almost black. These are a bit more brown. They look a bit more chocolatey and they smell a bit more chocolatey. Let's see how they taste. Oh, my screen, if the screen blocks, let's see, the broadcast stops. Let's see. There we go, we're back. I was wondering if that would happen to me, that I forgot that I cannot let the screen get locked. But yeah, It just takes a second to fix. It's nothing too terrible. But yeah, let's try a cookie. It's not, I would say it's just as good as an Oreo. It's not better than an Oreo, but right off the top of my head, I can't really I don't think I would be able to tell the difference between this and an Oreo. Taste is just as good, and it smells and looks better. See, that's another advantage of not wearing headphones. Because I'm using the camera's microphone, you're not getting my gross swallowing noises and stuff like that. At least I hope you're not. But yeah, back to work. Oh, wrong brush. Brown bricks. How long has this been going? Wow, we already did 100 minutes. Since this is the first stream, we're already at 100 minutes. When we reach the 2-hour mark, I'll probably call it a day and leave it there. I think 2 hours for the first stream is like a solid number, and we can just stop it there for now. But so far it's been fun. It's been fun, and I think the fact that I'm sitting at a desk instead of laying on my bed, it's making me slightly more productive. And one thing I heard complaints about when I was streaming from my bed is that my voice was not loud enough, and I think it's because I was slouching on the bed. Since I'm sitting about as upright as I get now, I think that also makes my voice come out a bit louder. It helps. Something's wrong with the camera. It's supposed to have this, supposed to have a pinkish filter on it, but everything is looking rather yellow at the moment. Let me see if I can tweak it a little bit. No, that's not the one. Filters, here we go. Color correction. And there we go. That looks a bit pinker. Let's see. People on the stream should see the change about now. There we go. It's really messing me up because I'm seeing both the okay, I'll explain why I'm getting confused here. The way I'm doing this is that because I was kind of fumbling around with the YouTube Studios and OBS Streamlabs thing at first. You can normally start a stream directly from OBS Streamlabs, but instead I started it from YouTube Studio, and the way that works is that then you have to like copy your stream key from YouTube Studio and put it on the Streamlabs settings, which means that now OBS is sending the video to YouTube, but I'm not seeing the chat or anything else or any stream data on OBS. So I have my screen split in two. On one side I have the OBS studio, and on the other I have the actual stream live, just so I can see the chat. And when I do something on the OBS video side, it updates immediately and I just see it. But on the actual stream there's like a 5-second delay, and sometimes I forget about that 5-second delay and I start like waiting for the screen to update, but it's just confusing me. I'm just confusing myself, like I'm the only one to blame here. But yeah, let's see if like we can at least finish the scales in the next 15 minutes. See, like parts like this is what I mean when I say that people should try like drawing in their free time, or like drawing along with me, just picking up if you're watching, go pick a piece of paper and a pencil or some crayons, whatever you have, and just draw, because it's gonna make you feel happy when you finish the drawing and you look at it and you're like, wow, I made this, and you're gonna feel better about yourself. And also when you're doing like work like this, when it's like kinda repetitive and kinda simple and you're just going on autopilot, it's very relaxing. It feels very nice to do these kind of drawings. I know before I said it was annoying because there was a lot of detail on it, but truth is that it's like, it's nice. It's got its ups and downs. Maybe some days you'll be in the mood to do something less detail oriented. Maybe some days you'll be in the mood of like just filling up a page with this scale pattern. It just depends on the person. At least now that I have a face cam, I have the advantage that if nothing really interesting is happening on the screen, at least I can like talk to the camera and like there is some movement on the screen. There we go, another row down. Yeah, I know. Today, like, that's also the reason why I started streaming kinda later than I expected, because by the time I realized it was like 5 o'clock already and I still hadn't like shopped for groceries or had my shower or anything. And now the stream just flew by. Like, I really don't feel like I've been here for an hour and a half. But yeah, nowadays are gonna start getting a bit longer, except for my viewers in the South Hemisphere. That's gonna be the opposite for you guys. What do you think? Does the outline on the Arizona logo need to be a bit thicker, or does it look good like that? Maybe what it needs is the Arizona logo needs a bit of deformation, like make it a bit rounded like this. Brown bricks, brown bricks, brown bricks, and then yeah, a bit bigger. We're gonna lose some resolution there, but that's good, because I think having it a bit rounded like that helps reinforce the illusion that this is a cylindrical object. Sorry, I cracked my knuckle there. I know there's people that don't like that. But yeah, I'll probably, like, before I finish the piece, I'll go over the Arizona logo again. In fact, like, let's see, let's make a group for it. Let's hide it for now. Let's just like pretend it's not there for a moment. And you know what? Never mind. Let's undo the changes we did to it. Group. There we go. Let's leave it as it was for now, and we'll change it afterwards. Almost done with the dark blue parts. Then we just need the white rims and the watermelon seed details. There we go. Last one. Great. Oh, ambulance. Oh, forgot to put some dark teal there. There we go. I don't think that one needs it. Oh, okay, everyone, say hello. That person in the chat, she's my sister. Say hello to my sister. She was very nice to come watch me draw. I'm very happy that she could make it. Thank you for coming. I'm about to finish this stream in a little bit. And now for the last details before we call it a day. Just adding the little speckles. There we go. That one is looking a bit. Let's try helping this little buddy a little bit because it's looking a bit wonky. There we go. Let's switch back to the dark teal and the cookie brush. Still not looking too amazing, that one, but hey, we love him. And there we go. That's all the scales on the fish done. And that's exactly the 2-hour mark. Again, not much progress. Most of the stream's time was spent on deciding what shape the tail was gonna be. So, still, it was a very enjoyable stream. I want to thank everyone that came by, all the people in the chat interacting, being nice. And to anyone that couldn't come by, another advantage of switching to YouTube. This stream is going to be archived on my YouTube channel, so it's gonna be up there for everyone to watch anytime they want. And every future stream is gonna be as well. So if I ever do like any longer streams where I do a drawing start from start to finish and like go through the whole process of the drawing, it's gonna be available for anyone to watch. And if you also follow me on my Instagram, link in my YouTube page, koinobori.74. Every piece I finish on stream, I'm also going to put it on the Instagram page, which is also usually I was trying to put the time lapses on the stream, on the Instagram, but the limitation of only being allowed to put up 1 minute of video on every post was crippling the enjoyability of those time lapses. They had to be like compressed to very fast speeds to be able to put them on Instagram. Now they're just gonna be on YouTube, and if you want to watch them on YouTube, you can watch them. If they turn out to be 8-hour long videos, you can watch them at twice the speed and like jump all over. I'll probably make like timestamps and annotations to the important bits. But yeah, thank you for everyone for coming, and that's gonna be it from me. Thank you, and see you next time. Bye bye.